Welcome to Reality of Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. This is my first review of Reality of Wrestling, and I'm going by episode 132. Now, if you've never seen Reality of Wrestling, you don't know what it is. This is a promotion that is based in Texas and is produced by Booker T and Sharmell. And I'd heard about this once before on somebody else's video. I can't remember who. But I looked at it and I thought, this might be interesting to do a review of it. And I checked to see if anybody else was doing it. And there is no one who's doing reviews on Reality of Wrestling. 0 reviews on YouTube. Nobody. Now, of course, this is a taped show, and not all of the show is shown. Most of it is filled in with filler from last week. And I have to say this. Compared to the WWE that has maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 people producing the show, you got 10. I'll probably show it here, or I think right here, like I usually do. I always show it right here. You can see the names of the people there. You got Booker T, Sharmell, and roughly 8 other people producing this entire show. And it does show, because when you look at this show, you look at how the quality of the show is. And this is what I'm going to do for this first episode. I'm not generally going to talk about every person in here, but I am going to talk about what the quality is and what you could be looking at if you decide to watch this show yourself. When it comes to the quality, you can see it a step below ROH. Now, I've seen ROH a couple of times, and it's not a bad promotion that Jim Cornette is involved in, and several other people as well. But at least the quality is acceptable enough that it doesn't look too choppy. The camera work is not bad. The music is not bad. The animations for the talent is not bad. I say Reality of Wrestling is a couple of steps below that, because when you look at the animations, like the first match I saw was Bob Barnes against Matthew Berter. I believe that's his name. The match quality was a bit choppy. These guys don't look like they're 100% really there yet. This is a territorial promotion, and they usually bring in a lot of young talent. So in that match, the camera work wasn't so bad. The sound quality wasn't too bad. The animations for both of them were not too bad. And in the end, when you saw the match, if you watch it, Mark Baxter. I told you, it takes me time to learn someone's name. And I did warn you guys on my little slice of raw that I wouldn't get the names properly, just to let you know. Matt Baxter is a better wrestler than Rob Barnes. He is. You can see he's better polished, because the match quality wasn't bad, but there was a lot of botches there, and Barnes was the one who was mainly doing it. Now, here's another thing. When it came to the women, they're called the Diamonds division. Diamonds. It's better if we had Divas, which sucked. Knockout sounds good in TNA. It didn't have a problem. But Diamonds division, that women are like diamonds forever, they're incredibly rare. It didn't sound so good. That just doesn't roll off the tongue. Diamonds division. Maybe it would have been better just to call them the women's division, because that would have sounded better and more, unless they changed it from women's to diamonds. The diamonds division feels like it just not only doesn't roll off the tongue, it just doesn't sound legitimate. So I just don't know about the name. Maybe as I watch the show more often, it will grow on me. But here's the problem I saw with the match that I saw between, Kaylee Ray, and when it came to Miranda. Now, Miranda between the two was a better talent, because Kaylee Ray looked a bit too choppy to me personally. But there was no animations for them. I mean, the men got animations, the important ones. The women did not. And one of them was the Diamonds Division champion. It was a non-title match to give Miranda a chance to try and become a #1 contender. I felt out of all the matches I saw that on this show, that was the best match of the night. And I know that the TV title was up for grabs, but I felt that they did a better match because they were a little better polished. But then you see there was no winner. A woman named Jada came out. Now, before this happened, there was a promo segment before the entire match ever came close to being ready. And Jada and Kylie were talking to each other, and basically Kylie, who sounded like a wimp, was begging for help to keep her title or to help to win her match. Out of the two, I felt that Jada seemed to be more legitimate. And then when you see the ending of this match and Jada basically spike DDTing Kylie Ray saying, I'm the #1 contender, it kind of makes some sense. She just feels more polished. It doesn't mean that she is. She just feels it at the moment. She's a good-looking woman. She does seem like she has good charisma. I don't know if she's polished in the ring. She just did a spike DDT. Like a Future Shock DDT. So I'm not sure. But this is still a question. Now, it's good to see Stevie Ray is still involved with the company. And that's Booker T's brother. And he was working with a couple of guys in the tag team division. I'm not going to get into it yet because I don't fully understand the story behind it. But it was good to see Stevie Ray. And when it came to two things. The World Heavyweight Champion, I believe his name is Gino. Put a picture right here. He looked legitimate to a certain point. But he also looks... Well, I'll give it to you like this. A lot of people love ROH because it has small guys in that division. Well, not division, promotion. There are small guys in the promotion. A lot of people like them because they're small guys. They're not big, muscular guys. And reality wrestling kind of fits that mold in a sense. They have more smaller guys than big ones. The last episode I saw a little bit of was 131. And I saw Big John Studd's son. Oh, I forgot his name already. But I saw a big guy in there and a Big John Studd second generation child. That sounds stupid. Big John Studd's son was there. I would have liked to see him on this show because it would have been a nice variety of seeing a big guy with smaller guys, but he wasn't there. But when you look at Gino, he's a small guy. Now, he talked well, he looked the part, but I just don't feel like he would be a credible World Heavyweight Champion. Now, when it comes to the TV title, because they do have one, you got an Australian called Rex Andrews. Now, he doesn't look bad. He did a good promo segment. And then when he went up a guy named Matt Lancey, who is outside Texas, who's come in as a debut, they basically made that guy into a squash match. Because that's what happened. The match wasn't too bad, but I still say the women were better. The crowd was more interested in that match than a little bit more than the one that was the end of the show. And it was Andrews who won. Walks away and they say he's the most dominant. But the problem I saw was that he's also a small guy. Maybe medium-sized to small build. And for me personally, I want to see variety of guys because you guys need to understand, if no one understands this, when it comes to wrestling. In real wrestling, proper wrestling, like the WWE used to do back in the 80s and 90s, you had multiple types of shapes, types. You got very small guys, then you got medium-sized guys, then you have large guys, and you got ultimate large guys. And periodically, each one deals with the other. That is how you do actual wrestling. You add in some good storylines, some good character development, and there you go. In reality of wrestling, right now, I don't see that. But I've only seen maybe 2 episodes, and probably they don't show everyone on the show. Kind of like TNA, they can't show everyone in one taping. So I'll need to watch the show a little bit more. But is it worth watching? Yes. Booker T came out in a previous episode, and they did a replay of it, saying that the tag champs will be dealing in a steel cage, I believe. And it was nice to see that Booker T was the one who came out as the boss. I don't have to see Shane. I don't have to see Vince. I don't have to see Stephanie. I don't see Dixie Carter or Baron Corbin. No, not Baron Corbin. Billy Corgan, sorry. It was something different. You see the owner of the company, a black man, who's actually coming out. And I'm sure Sharmell will come out periodically to deal with the Diamonds division and the Diamond Wrestlers. So I'm not having a problem with this. It does feel choppy. But it is a territorial promotion. It doesn't have a lot of money. And they don't get a lot of press. So I'm not surprised about the polish not being very good. But you could still see gems. Look at Amber Moon. Amber Moon is now a NXT wrestler now. And she came from Reality of Wrestling. That's where I remember. I heard it on NXT, and I believe it was Corey Graves. He said that Amber Moon came from Reality of Wrestling. That's what I checked to see what the hell that was, and found out that it was Booker T's promotion, and that's where she came from. So I'm going to watch this for a little while to see if it's interesting, to see if this could have the potential to be a good wrestling review show. I don't know if anyone's going to watch this, but I'm hoping someone will. So I hope you enjoyed the Zane View. Please give me a comment below. I will be doing my SmackDown review tonight. At least if there's no problems. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.